I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Batman White Knight issue number 6. The battle lines have been drawn, dark secrets have been revealed, and the battle for the heart and soul of Gotham is about to begin. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Commissioner Gordon is absolutely livid over Batman's interference, allowing the Neo Joker and her gang of criminals to escape. Now that they have their own superhuman task force, Gordon demands that Nightwing and Batgirl give up Batman's identity so they can finally arrest him once and for all. What's surprising though is that even though Nightwing is working with this new task force, even though he's been fighting with Batman, he refuses to give up his mentor's name. He says he'll help bring him in, but not like this, and also only under the condition that his identity remain a secret. Batman broke the laws, and as such, Batman should face justice. And how does the new GTO unit plan to arrest Batman? Well, they know his Batmobile is basically a supercomputer on wheels, but if they had a vehicle that could keep up with it, say like, oh, I don't know, an older Batmobile like the one from the 90s Batman movies, armed with an EMP, well then they would stand a chance. In a moment of truly unbridled badassery, it's Gordon who decides to lead this charge personally, saying that he allowed Batman to run buck wild for as long as he did, and if anyone is going to take him down, it's going to be him. And you know what? Jimbo actually comes pretty close. They trade some paint, we get an awesome Fast and the Furious style car chase before Batman has to limp out all broken and bloody. It's there he comes face to face with a shirtless Jack Napier like this was a frickin' Yakuza game or something. Interestingly enough, Jack says that he kinda hoped Batman would escape. Maybe in his heart of hearts he's still secretly Batman's biggest fan, and that if they're going to have it out, he wants it to be nice and fair. Now this version of Batman, despite up until now being shown as a lot angrier and a lot more sadistic, actually agrees, and the two have themselves a good old-fashioned fist fight wherein the Joker actually wins. Of course, Napier had a little chemical assistance when it came to arresting Batman, but yeah, they lock him up in Arkham. And I mean, hey, that should be story over, right? Only no, that's not the case. There's still the Neo Joker who has armed one of Mr. Freeze's giant freeze cannons and is now pointing it at the city. Her only demand is to bring her the Joker. Now Batgirl tries to get to the bottom of this by talking up Mr. Freeze, and he gives us the whole sordid tale, how his father was a Nazi scientist, but Thomas Wayne had got him into America under the pretext of using his freeze tech for the betterment of mankind, but he quickly got kicked off the project and they started making weapons out of it like the big freeze gun. Victor's also in no mood to help either. His wife, who is Jewish in this version, is going to die and he has no love for the world moving forward. Napier obviously refuses to give himself up to the crazy Neo Joker, thinking that they can take her out the old-fashioned way. Harley Quinn isn't 100% sure. After all, she's literally going through the same separation anxiety that this Neo Joker is going through herself, and furthermore, Neo Joker still knows all the deep dark parts of their plan and could finger them easily if captured. The government puts in a state of emergency in Gotham City and the police are at an absolute loss. Do they go crawling back to Batman and ask him for help? Napier disagrees, saying that if she wants the Joker, let's give her the Joker as the comic ends. So that was Batman White Knight number 6, everybody, and it was yet another multi-layered, incredibly compelling comic book story. In fact, just when I thought I had this series number, they completely blow me away once again. You see, up until now, all the characters seem pretty black and white in their line of thinking, but here they completely flip the script, showing that, hey, you know what, people, even comic book people, sometimes walk around with a dozen different contradictions. Dick is mad at Bruce, but he's still his adopted father, and he won't go out of his way to hurt him even if he feels he should face justice. Jack Napier claims to want to do good for Gotham City, but even then he still can't shake his Batman obsession that has brought him down dark paths so many times before. Harley is mad at her replacement doppelganger, but at the same time feels sympathy for all of the emotions she's going through because, well, she felt it herself. The Easter eggs are great, the pacing is great, the car chase action in this issue was off the charts. I would give this one another super positive 9 out of 10. If you are not reading this series, you need to start. So that's White Knight, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the book, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of the other videos I've made from throughout the week. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at CaveJoel, so you're always up to date on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you really like what I do and are feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.